We're getting recorded, so
Guys, mute.
mute,
It's being
please. Yeah.
recorded again. Mute.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Okay, it's 4:50. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. Can we keep the burrito spam to a minimum, please?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna be learning about experimental design now. This is a inquiry and nature science event. So Science Olympiad is broken into 4 events, and this falls under the inquiry and nature science event. So it's kind of like a build event, but it's not exactly a build event. Has anyone competed in like science fair before? You can type in chat like what experiments you've done or anything like that if you have. Like any like specific experiment you did, because I know when I was your guys' age, I did like science fair on like magnetic transformers and like pendulums. Yeah, food science is common. Actually, food science was um, an event in Science Olympiad. I don't know if it still is, but yeah, it was food science. Yeah. Um, okay. Yeah. Joy, do you have a question?
No, it's a comment. For the science fair I made how to make a compass.
That's really cool. Yeah. So if you've done science fair, this is kind of like probably like really easy for everyone who's done that. I mean, it wouldn't be easy, but it's kind of a similar format like that. But again, more complicated topics and a lot more advanced than what you guys have probably been used to. Okay. So yes, you're gonna have in experimental design, you design, conduct, and report the findings of an experiment based on a given topic. The topic is the same for everyone, and I think someone mentioned, but yes, the materials are given and the topic is given, and you have to create an experiment and write a report about that experiment in 50 minutes. And you have 2 other partners with you, so it's a 3-person event to conduct and test and everything like that. Yeah. This is the rules. It's separated into 2 parts. One part is the design and construction of the experiment, and the second is the analyzing the data and writing the conclusion. Let me put that in. Okay, this is how the what you have to give to the supervisors who will be grading your test. You have to fill out all these. So variables, materials, procedure and setup diagrams, qualitative observations, quantitative observations, and then part 2, which would be drawing the graphs, doing statistics, so like standard deviation and like simple range, median mode, as well as CR analysis, which is the most heavy point worth section. So this is a total of 18 points out of, so it's like it has the most points weighed to it. And then possible experimental errors and the conclusion and recommendations for further experimentation. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is really like common when you have like labs or experiments. This is kind of the same process that you'll be following. Okay, with that, these are some example topics: properties of water, osmosis, capillary action, biology, momentum. So you, like, for example, if the topic is capillary action, what do you think that capillary action means? Because these are like you need to know what the topics mean to be able to conduct and write a report about it. So if the topic they give you is capillary action or like inertia, you should know what those mean. So what do you guys think that capillary action means. Okay. Does anyone have any other ideas? We have some in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Capillary action. Okay, wait. I want to see if there's anyone else who knows it because I have like two people answering. So instead of like writing the question that I put, we could answer it. Yeah. Okay, so it basically is the process by which a liquid moves up something solid like a tube or into material with a lot of holes. So this happens when three forces like cohesion, adhesion, and surface tension work together. So I think you guys have the idea of that. Okay. So that's kind of like the topic that they'll give, and they'll give you a bunch of materials, but we'll get into that. Okay, part one. The one example I'm gonna be working with is like a ball dropped from and the rebound height of it. But one thing for experimental design is whatever you do, you have to follow really closely to the rubric. So you can see that every slide I have, there's a rubric on the top, and that's kind of what we're going for every section. We have to follow the rubric as closely as possible to get the maximum amount of points. Statement of problem is just defining the topic of experiment and the relationship between the two variables being tested. So these are two examples of, I mean, like the format of that. This is the experiment that we're going to be walking to together, but it's how does the height a ball is dropped from 1, 2, 3 meters affect its rebound height? Okay. Okay, make your own statement of problem with the format I give and make sure it's something like reasonable, realistic, and can be performed. Can be performed easily. And it has to be two things that are related, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of good ideas in the chat. Yeah, these are really good. Yeah, again, making sure we have the independent variable and the dependent variable in the question is important. Okay, then we're gonna move on to hypothesis, which is again a proposed explanation generalization on trial. So for the rubric, we have to make sure we predict a relationship. We give a specific direction to the prediction. So a stand is taken. We have to show if something increases or decreases, and then we have to give a rationale. Okay, here's an example. For the previous topic, if I drop a ball from different heights, 1, 2, 3 meters, then the rebound heights, which is the dependent variable, in centimeters and look how, you notice how everything is labeled, like the independent variables have, again, more than, like, different, the same variable, but different numbers to test, and we also specified the units of the dependent variable, and we're taking a stand that the higher drop, that higher drop heights will be greater than the lower drop heights because of Isaac Newton's third law. And then we also specify what that law is, which is the rationale part. And it again talks about more force, which is relating the hypothesis with the explanation. Okay, cool. I'm gonna skip what is a rational because that should be very obvious. Okay, variables, again, it's a whole 15 points, so making sure that you get this on point is really important. So we have the independent variable, which is the drop height. We specify the numbers of the independent variable and how we're testing different numbers. We can't just test one, we have to test different numbers. So independent variable is what is being changed. The dependent variable is what's being affected, which will change, but you're not the one changing it. It's changing due to the independent variable. Controlled variables are factors which could affect dependent variable but are kept constant. So the size of the ball could affect it, but what we are doing is we're keeping that constant. Constants cannot be changed because it cannot be controlled by us humans, which is the Earth's gravitational acceleration. Okay, cool. Yeah, we have to make sure to give units. Okay. What is the difference between a controlled variable and a constant? You guys are doing Yusako Silver as a rising 7th grader. It's actually really funny. Okay. Yeah, okay. Everyone got that? Okay, materials are items used to be conduct the experiment, which sounds really simple, but and again it's 4 points, but people often mess it up because they don't specify like exactly the amount. So you can see here we're specifying the amount of 3 pen racquetballs and things like that. That's easy. Okay. I'm pretty sure like the previous years it was a younger age group, so this was like different for them. Okay. Okay, procedure and setup diagrams, which is a list of steps of experiment and labeled diagrams of how the experiment was performed. So we're again showing that we are repeating each step, which gives the point for the third row, which is steps for repeated trial are included. So we do that in steps 4 and 7. Multiple diagrams of the setup are provided. So you can see 2 numbers and they're all labeled, and yeah. Okay. Qualitative observations are using your senses to observe results and collect data, and we must have an observation about the procedure and about the results. So, yeah, so before the procedure, we can notice from our rebound height experiment that the floor appeared to be made out of a type of tile that had bumps under it, and these bumps could have caused the ball to bounce at an angle, reducing its overall rebound height. So this is again, before we even conducted anything, this is stuff we've noticed, right? And then during the procedure, we'll like a lot of times like when we're doing this, we notice like a small discrepancy based on like if you're dropping a ball in water, like what will happen. And for example, this is dropping a floor on the on the floor, which hands would be wobbling and things that are inevitable for experiments, right? And then during the results, when competitors measured the rebound height, they often had to estimate because it was sometimes hard to tell the exact height of the rebound. So these again are these are all conducted in a classroom setting, so we don't have like the proper necessary equipment to get the most precise answers, results. So that's why these qualitative observations are important. Okay. Okay, quantitative data, which is a data table that you can see on the right hand side. It has the raw data and then the condensed data table based on the averages. And yeah, and an important thing is you can see in the rubric example calculations for derived variables are given. So even though like an average formula could be simple to us, we have to still show how to calculate an average and use example values with it too. And include multiple trials, yes. Okay. Part 2, data analysis and conclusion, which is the more trickier part after conducting the experiment. Okay, graph. You can do a bar graph or a line graph, scatter plot, whatever works for you. But you have to make sure we label, title dependent variable as y value and independent variable as x value, and drawing a best fit line sometimes, and only including averages of the data, right? Okay, type in chat, what does the line of best fit mean? Wait, here. Okay. Line of best fit is like a trend line. So it's a straight line that illustrates the overall picture of what the collected data is showing. So it's basically showing a relationship between the two factors, setting in just a line through the scatter plot of data points. And if a data is severely skewed so that most of the data has high values, you can use a skew marking or a zigzag through the axis that you are skewing. Okay. Statistics, common ones, mean, median, mode, range. Again, giving example calculations. And this is the formula for standard deviation. Okay, I don't know if this is like your guys' level, but does anyone know how standard deviation is calculated?
Yeah. Yes. So then first you do all the averages of all the of the data set. Then you subtract the data set from the average, and then you could basically divide it by the all of the numbers in the variable -1.
Yep. Okay, cool. Yep, that is. Oh, I can show it again for people who don't know. I think what he said is another version, but that's still correct, right? Okay, cool. Let's go on. Okay, CR, analysis of CR. So claim about our data, observations, and statistics. Again, this is 18 points and it has 2 points for every section. So it's important to get that down. Yeah, statistics is in the statistics sections of CR, there are several ideas you can observe. So you can observe how there was not much variation and outliers are try and force outliers into our data if we can't, if there's no outliers, and then we talk about it and explain it with reason. And then data trend is just like if it's a positive relationship, negative relationship, directly proportional and things like that. And we're using CR to explain it. Okay, so this is a long example, but it basically shows how to write the CR in this case. I'll give people a second to read that then. Okay. Good job that you got 100%. That's really good. Everyone like my partners at least, they've always like avoided doing the CR because it's always, I guess, the hardest section even. So I'm always the one doing it. Okay, let me continue. Okay, possible experimental errors, examining experiments and identifying two errors and how these errors affected the results. So it can be written in a table or a paragraph form, of course. So here you can see how we identify the error, like the floor the ball was dropped onto was an uneven linoleum that caused the ball to rebound at different angles. So that's an error, and then we show the effect on the results. So since the ball rebounded at different angles instead of perfectly vertical, since the ball rebounded at different angles instead of always vertical, this could have affected its rebound height by making some of its vertical distance be lost as horizontal distance. And that's a table point, but there's
Can you
also...
please turn off the chat? It already crashed my computer twice.
Okay, yeah, I can.
Twice?
It didn't even just.
My computer's
I'm
old
on
and
an
lagging
iPad
again,
and it
okay?
still hasn't crashed.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off the chat then.
I am using a
I
school
don't have a
terminal.
computer.
Okay, I'm gonna do it to host. Okay, cool. Okay, where was I? Okay, so that's a table way of doing it, and there's also a paragraph way of doing it, which you can see on the right side. Either works, but like if they give you this, then you might as well just do it in the way that they give, which is a table like that. Okay, what is the difference between qualitative observations and errors? Which is like, it sounds like it's obvious, but this is a big thing that people confuse on, like what exactly they are. So okay, can we answer the question? Anyone have any other ideas about the difference? If you don't know, then it's okay. Okay. The answers are good, but I think the biggest thing is that observations about the procedure are about noticing flaws in the experiment that went unnoticed before it was performed. So these can include flaws in measurement technique, flaws in building or maintaining an experimental unit, or flaws in performing the actual experiment, which sounds like errors, but these are actually like in the experiment what happened, you know? And then observations about the procedure carry over to experimental errors and practical applications. So we have to be sure that we thoroughly explain what went wrong. So while the errors section is often confused with qualitative observations, the errors listed here must be precisely identified and their effects must be described, unlike in qualitative observations where errors must be merely observed. And not all qualitative observations are due to errors. Okay, conclusion. We have to again analyze what our hypothesis was and make a claim about our hypothesis. Again, just one CR about the entire experiment as a whole. Primarily database, so putting in actual numbers in this is very important to show if your hypothesis was supported or not. So this is again Notice how that I mentioned that the data was supported, the data supported this hypothesis, right? So that is the claim itself. That is just a whole 2 points just by writing that. And you also get 2 points if you notice on the top by just restating the hypothesis. So that would just be your first line. If a ball is dropped from different heights and the ball dropped at the greatest height will have a greater rebound height. And then we use actual numbers like averaging 81 centimeters, 2 meters averaging about 163 centimeters, and like things like that. Okay, cool. Last section is recommendations for future experimentation, which we're talking about how we can improve for more accurate results given if we had better equipment and more time or things like that. So a practical app, it says here, suggestions for practical applications of the experiment are given, so we can connect this rebound height problem to basketball and tennis, and we can create for suggestions for future experiment. We can talk about, instead of measuring the rebound height, we can measure the independent variable could be how many times the ball bounces, which would be another different experiment. And you can see here, this is a sample write up that people would write on the test for further experimentation. A few things could be done to the experiment. I'm not going to read all of it, but you get the idea how they mention like basketball and like what the term rebound means to help them and things like that. Okay, any questions so far? Well, not so far, but in general. Okay. We're gonna make our own experiment now. This is kind of the example one that they give. This is kind of what you get on the test. You just get a bunch of materials and then you get a topic. So the topic is buoyancy. This was in an invitational. You have to use at least 2 of the following materials. So with the topic of buoyancy, write down a statement of problem, a hypothesis, variables, and materials that could be used to test this based on what we've discussed. So just take a few moments to just think about how you could use any of these materials in buoyancy. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll read some out loud. People have trickled to come in. So remember statement of problem. Okay, we can recap that for a second because I feel like okay, let me just go back to the beginning. Okay, so statement of problem, again, this is how the format should be. How does independent variable affect dependent variable, or what is the effect of independent variable on dependent variable? And hypothesis, again, make sure we have our relationship identified and then a rationale given for a stand that you're taking. Variables, you have to mention the independent variable, dependent variable, controlled variable, and the constants. And then material, make sure that we have the units and specific numbers. So those are all the important things to keep in mind when you're designing your own experiment. Okay, there. Okay, some of you guys are mentioning object, but the important part with this is we have to be as specific as possible. So like give an example for what the object could be. And for example, how does the buoyancy affect the separation of liquids, oils, or fluids? Make sure you have a way of how you're going to measure the buoyancy. Because the buoyancy should be based on the format, the buoyancy should be your independent variable, but it will be easier for your buoyancy to be your dependent variable. Okay, yes, I see more answers coming in. Okay, yes. Any other? I'll read some out loud. Okay. You can. Okay, let me. Yeah, I can turn on chat so we can. But like, no spamming, please. Like, it's literally like you. Don't be stupid. Like, it's not that hard. Everyone. Okay. It should be on, so just put in all your ideas. What household materials could sink a boat the fastest? Yeah, that is a really good one. If we were to fill a boat made of soap with household materials, which boat could float the longest? Yeah, that's good. And for make sure that for hypothesis we give the rationale of which one we think will be what. Okay. Okay. Someone said, does sugar water make soap float more easily than salt water? This is a good experiment, but the thing is, what we're looking for is we want at least three things that we can, I mean, three different values that can be changed. So this would have sugar water and salt water would be two. So we have to make sure there's one more like liquid that we can test maybe for if it's floating, right? Okay. Yeah, oil would be good, yes. Okay. If you guys like, do you guys have any like specific things you want to do for the last 9 minutes? If you want, I can also show you my previous like setups of this. I can find them, like setups of experimental design.
Can we do a Kahoot?
Yeah, we can do a Kahoot. I have Kahoot ready actually.
Could we do a Blooket?
I've never done a Blooket before.
Could we do a game kit?
Could we do something?
Can we do a Roblox?
Okay,
No.
Roblox.
Bro, I'm not gonna spend 30 minutes of my time trying to create an account on Roblox for that.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't take 30 minutes to create an account.
Probably 30
Okay, but
minutes
she has to
find
make the
internet
obby or
connection.
something like that.
Just make a private server or some like on some game.
Want her to let us play Blox Fruits for like 8 minutes?
Just let us play any game we want.
No,
Yo.
Oh,
that's not happening.
And I'll give you my mom's phone number.
Bro, is there any rich kids here so you can pay her money so we can play some like games?
Oh man, it's
Can we do
Kahoot.
can we do a better Kahoot, not like the regular one?
You know, I'm
Yeah,
not
could we like do something like the fun Kahoot?
Okay, what do you guys have like a
Yeah.
specific one?
Can we do
you
something
wanna do?
about food?
Okay.
No.
Let's do a submarine. Let's do the submarine one.
Okay.
No.
Let's do something about Roblox.
No.
Submarine. Submarine's
won't.
actually
Oh, trivia.
I
Submarine is
Roblox.
goated.
Trivia.
Trivia!
No Roblox.
Summer reading.
Submarine, eh? I always heard
Summer
summertime.
reading.
Sports.
Roblox.
guys. Just do the submarine.
General trivia.
Summer reading, or else you're gay.
Sports.
General
That's simple.
trivia.
I'm gonna general trivia. Okay. Oh,
Can we do like a better Kahoot though?
Alright, could we do the submarine one? That one's actually fun.
okay. Where is the
Submarine.
You see the
submarine?
submarine squad one?
Summer reading.
Submarine?
Summer reading. Summer
It's
in the
reading.
choose game mode.
Chanting.
It's in the choose game It's a
mode.
game
No,
mode.
it's the choose game mode. That's my bad.
Oh,
I should have
okay.
said that.
Okay.
See?
Bottom.
Submarine squad,
Why
you see
can't
that?
type letters into the game code?
Summer reading.
Blue
Summer
Color
reading.
Kingdom. It's so
No, do you see it? It's on the left right there. Yeah.
Submarine?
It's actually fire.
Submarine? What even is that?
It's not Submarine Squad.
Then what is it?
It's not a good game mode.
Is this the right one?
Yeah, it's
I don't know
actually
what I'm
fire.
doing is that.
Guys, I don't know what I
Sub-
did.
Hey,
No, Submarine Squad is suck.
Okay, I'm
I played this one at school and it's meh.
Bruh.
I played this at school, and how do we communicate the
things.
I've
Okay,
never
let's
played
do
this.
so.
Communicate with each other
I've
with
never played.
on Zoom.
What should my name be?
Okay,
Akumo.
let's mute. So, okay, I'm gonna start it.
Wait.
Wait, what does
everyone
it
says
mean
is
when,
something
are
more?
you okay to shout out the symbols during the
Wait,
game?
what if everyone
It
chose
means that.
no? What if
Okay, I'm
everyone
gonna
chose
start it.
no?
Let's
Does
try.
that mean no
What if
one shouts
everyone
at
left
the
and chose the
symbols and
same
you
name?
don't like
Okay.
die to the like
Can
the big
everyone mute,
shark
please? So
thingy?
can everyone mute, please, so we can look at the tutorial? Okay.
Guys, everybody unmute.
Everyone unmute because you have to communicate.
Okay.
Okay.
But let's not get it too hectic. We have 5 minutes, okay?
I unmuted.
Same here?
Get ready.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Hi.
The world
The
size
planet
waterfall
of the
Nigeria.
sun.
Neil.
Am I supposed to do
Oh,
anything?
oh, you
Mina.
mute, you can't unmute, so
What's-
just stay.
oh,
It's
Yes.
Mars.
Niagara
Mars.
Falls. The
It's also
fourth
it's the
planet from the sun.
largest
Pacific.
correct.
If you mute, you
It's
can't
just
unmute,
what
so
the heck?
do
What?
not unmute.
Now, bro.
I don't know who
Can't.
Guys, watch
Correct.
out. He's
Oh,
trying to eat me.
Country by area, Canada.
Oh, that's
That's
Pacific,
the one
bro.
end.
Highest waterfall is
Obviously, it's in like
Korea biome.
Victoria.
I'm gonna guess.
Oh, we can
at
still use
1915.
that.
Oh my gosh, it's Angel
Is it?
Falls.
Oh,
I got Romeo and Juliet.
what the?
Guys,
was so
has
close.
anyone met Romeo and Juliet? Because what
Remember
family does
Shepherd
Romeo
by
belong to?
Why do I have a feeling that it's not the
I guess
Nile?
wrong.
What is that thing?
Oh,
Are
it's
you
Whatever it's pronounced.
I have lost all my brain cells.
No, it's
Oh.
Neptune.
Come on.
It's,
We gotta boost our way
I
out
should
of
have
it.
thought about that.
Biggest country? Hey Google, when did World War One end?
Hey, no one's using
1918,
Google.
bro.
1918.
We're using Google.
1918.
It's 1914.
1918. Hi, it's 1918.
What the heck?
The highest waterfall is Angels.
I know.
Yes, it's angels. The
The fourth planet is Mars.
GPT, what is the highest waterfall?
The first
Russia
person-
is the
Yuri
biggest
Gagarin.
country.
Look
Oh God,
up.
we're
No,
dead.
boy,
No, it just ate us.
We
No,
died.
boy,
We died.
Oh,
Wait,
hell.
wait.
Can we do another one? Not this
Oh, we
No,
re-
it's again. We're doing it again. They're too nice.
biggest country
Okay, the
by
capital
air.
has to be
Russia.
less
The
than
first one is
true.
Wait, is it the
What?
same
Oh,
question?
wait.
Are they
Oh,
giving the same
Pacific
question?
is large.
Same
Pacific is
questions. We just
largest.
restarted.
World War
to end.
Neptune.
Oh,
World War II ended in
1945.
1945. World War One ended in
Wait, guys,
1918.
why would we do the same questions? Can we do something else?
I know, bro. Like, why do we not
That's
just do it?
so cap.
Okay. We can do summary. We can do summary
Oh,
again.
man.
Guys.
What?
Bro, we just got kicked.
No!
We just got vote kicked by the server.
Color Kingdom.
So we can do summary with this.
This duplicate of experimental design.
We do the tower stacking one. That one's actually lit.
Town
Color,
stuff.
Never mind.
Color
Which one do you
Kingdom.
guys want to do? Submarine?
Color Kingdom.
Color
Go to-
Kingdom's mid.
Color
It's mid.
Kingdom.
Then
No,
which
no, no,
one?
no.
Hello,
Go to the right. Go to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, tallest tower.
That
Tallest
one.
tower is actually.
Oh yeah,
It's
tower.
busing.
Okay, let's start. Wait, hurry up. We have
Tallest
two
tower.
minutes.
Loading game PIN 1777102.
What the
It's cahoots because random people see them. So just random people can log on too.
hell?
Go.
Okay.
Brain.
I'm gonna start, okay?
We're on. I'm on team.
No, not yet. Let us change our avatars.
Hey, no,
Bron,
please
brain.
don't, guys.
Yes,
We have
Not
1
even
minute
in
left.
yet.
The brain.
Okay, let's
Damn, bro.
What's the King
Look
Kong
at bones
here?
on.
Why is King Kong here? For some reason.
What?
What the? Okay. Yo,
I'm not
actually
saying
Oh, I
know.
just guessed it. Tap. Yeah, I'm gonna go fourth row, Team Mouse. I'm going fourth row.
Brain, carry me.
The constant.
Guys, brain, drop middle.
KK.
No. Oh yeah, it has to be four
If your
side by
brain
side
drop
to
in the
make a
middle.
tower.
Just drop
It has
in the
to be
middle.
four side by side to make
Hey
a tower.
guys, stop in the
Yeah.
middle.
Team
It has
Mouse,
to
we
be
have to
four
do
side by
better.
side. So if you
What
just
is
got
it?
middle,
In
you
the
get 0
middle.
points.
Oh.
Oh, Team Mouse.
Guys, brain just drop in the middle.
No, you can't. Because if you drop it in the middle, you won't get any points.
Everybody just drop where the arrows are if you're in brain. Brain's better.
Mouse on top.
Brain's number one, Mr. Warrior.
Mouse on top.
Oh man.
Is the dependent variable?
Okay, good.
Wait, Team Mouse has the most
The
points.
data are true. Okay,
Go
good.
for Seamus.
Holy shoot.
Guys, I'm in Team Mouse.
Guys, drop where the arrows are. Drop second to right. On brain.
Okay, halftime is done.
Oh, hell no.
I don't care. I'm just
Guys,
guessing.
spam!
Team Mouse on top.
Bruh, I just got a King Kong.
Let's go, brain.
Is Noah get a top?
Okay, Team Monster, drop on the left. The most
Left?
side.
Bottom. Like deep left. Everybody drop deep left on brain.
1 minute remaining.
Let's go. Crazy.
Remaining.
Don't be
Team
you.
Mouse gotta win this.
Correct. Deep left. Okay.
I'm Team Mouse.
That's it.
Team Mouse is
minutes.
Guys, we need to do it on top.
Hey, brain, we need to hustle up. We're the underdogs.
Anyone in a monster group anyways? I'm just
Follow-
guessing.
Guys, we have to get a
So
King
we
Kong
suggest
that can distract other people.
Whoa, I got that
Team
correct.
Mouse, do it in the middle. Middle.
Come on,
Alright,
Team Mouse.
Brain,
middle,
go
middle,
left.
Team
Go
Mouse,
deep
middle.
left. Yes, sir. We got King Kong.
Team Mouse.
Dependent variable time. Okay, good.
Alright, brain, go right.
What? Go right? Okay.
Yeah.
I put 2.
Control variable.
Alright, we're doing
Grandma.
crazy.
Oh
man.
Come on,
Let's
Team
see
Mouse.
who got the tallest tower.
Oh, brain, we're crazy, but I still think.
Let's go.
Brain,
Oh my god, how long is this gonna take?
first.
Yes, we won.
Team Mouse on top.
Mouse.
Team Mouse, we
South.
won. We
South.
won, Team
Mouse on
Mouse.
top, boy. We ate. Y'all.
So you guys sold.
Bro, okay, cool. It's
Wait,
so
brain got
far.
number. Brain got second.
Team
Brain got
Mouse
second.
so amazing.
I'll
Brain
take
got
that. I'll take
second.
that. I'll take that.
We left no crumbs.
Thank
Alright,
you.
guys, bye.
Thank you guys for coming.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. You. Bye.
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 Yes.
Thank you.
Look what I typed in chat.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna end the meeting now. Thank you guys.
No.
Actually, before I leave, I got a spam burrito.